first of all, about the size. I'm going to talk about the sizes a little bit, and I'm going to give them both in centimeters and in inches. After using these two books, this one and a bigger blue one, for like 2 years, I have come to the conclusion this is the most convenient because it's very small and you can easily put it somehow in the smallest bag, if you have any. If you have no bag, I'm thinking now even that when I go for a walk in the forest, I would probably modify it and add some kind of handle so that I could hang it on like across the shoulder and have it as just a tiny bag. Well, envelope bag or something like that. Why not? Because, you know, it's gonna be a good idea. Okay, yes, I think we'll do it. I definitely will try it out. Yes. Just need to think about what to take as a handle. But the handle should be removable, you know? It should be like when you can only take it and put it here when you are going for a walk. When it's just, and you don't have any bags with you. When you don't need it, you don't have it. You just use it as a journal. Yeah, makes sense. So, so this is the main size of the cover that I would like to keep. And that means that this is going to be the size of the inserts. And the main size of one side of one page in the signature, let it be, okay, as 4 centimeters, it's going to be 20 and a half. And as for the width, maybe 11 centimeters. And in fact, I wouldn't care much about the width because, you know, we will just take pages and fold them twice. Normal A4 size, we will fold them like that, and I will show what to do with the edges, with the extra paper on the edge. Definitely not cutting it off. And what's more, the only thing that we need to fix, the only size probably, is this one. And the width is going to be, so 11 centimeters. If we take inches, I hope these are inches, it's about 4 and 1, I just don't use this, 4.5 maybe inches, right? Yes, 4.5 inches. So it's folded, when it's folded. So how I'm gonna do that? Okay, first of all, yes, we will have 4 signatures, so let me count how many pages I would like to have. Okay, let's take 10 for the beginning, and then we'll see how it works. Yes. Because if it's not, well, as for the thickness, it's up to you which thickness to pick, but remember that you need to think about the plants. When it's full of plants, it's going to be too humid if you don't have, if you have too many of them. So, and as I remember, we have the width of the pages as 11, when you are done with the ones that you already have, because as soon as your inserts are full, as your signatures are full of plants, raw plants, you have to immediately take it out and leave it aside, probably to dry. Press it with something. Okay, so this is the main size of one page, and I think that's enough. You can definitely take more, but for the main amount of plants, major plants, it's like that's enough. If only you are going to preserve big leaves or something, and then yes, you can make another size. Okay, so what are we going to do with the leftover? Now we're cutting it off. We will use it as a flip, which actually is going to be used as, it will secure the plant. If it's too big or too small or whatever, it will secure the plant at least on one side. So this is a sample. In fact, I'm going to use this type of newspaper paper for extra layers in order to be, it's going to be kind of absorbent layer So it means that I will alternate like a little bit heavyweight paper with these very thin ones, and we'll see. So now, as I have a sample and I have 4 signatures, I am going to prepare the paper, and I usually do that for my projects. I usually count the necessary amount of pages that I would have, and then I put them in 4. For example, if I have 4 signatures, I put them in 4 files, and then I start to work them out and combine them. It helps me to keep track of what's going on. Art journals and botanical junk journals with the leftovers of flowers or some faded, hopefully, colors and colorings and some liquids left from the dried and pressed plants, and using them as natural dye and natural pressed images. That may work quite well. And as for this, I'm not gonna play with them too much. I prefer to tear everything now, as this is my main style. Unless, I'm sorry for the sound, it's inevitable. Unless I'm making some kind of a project which is more clean and simple. Otherwise, I don't care about the edges, and I even break the even edges, you know. I just tear them and I try to, and then when you come back you see that you need something else, and then you never start. So they all are quite ready. Now I have to prepare a couple of, you know, these gray paper newspaper pages. Then what's more, as I told you, I need to prepare some watercolor paper. This time I'm still gonna cut it. No, I'm gonna tear it. Because I'm absolutely sure there will be beautiful prints after the plants are dry. And in this project, I will combine very thin paper, which is good for improving the moisture, with thicker pages to add more, to make it harder. I mean, sorry for the sound. Paper torn, and I have to say that I have 2 more big sheets of quite heavyweight paper that as well will have to be torn. I would say so I would remember that this is the paper for sketches. It's more covers of the signatures. So I'll come back as soon as they are torn. And you do your main job responsibilities exactly at the same table. Absolutely different from crafting, because tearing such a heavyweight cardstock type can be quite a job. Yes, make sure that the surface you're cutting on is not too precious for you, because you will definitely kill it this way. Moldy, and I decided to use it as the surface for my projects, for filming them and for water, and just take some time off. A lot of repairs there. It's not about even redecorating it. It was mostly about doing everything from scratch. And we still have a chimney, and you know, this chimney stove that is quite dangerous. And but the worst part about that, it still gives a lot of inspiration, because it's when you open the window, and you don't have even to open the window early summer or late spring, even not opening the window, you are woken up to get a different assortment, like a variety, and then to see which paper works best for the final result. So speaking of my country house, apart from birch trees, we have there, first of all, I made a big flower garden. I planted something, and I sowed a lot of, seeded and sowed a lot of things, and it creates so much noise, and at the same time the trains that pass the station are very noisy, especially if it's like my free time in total isolation, or in the walks outside, where I'm leading, taking you. So the country house has actually, when I was living there, and I was spending my days there, kind of, not actually the way I would prefer, but these were, when I managed to do some craft there, that was perfect. I'd say that was just a dream come true. I made a lot of handmade paper there, and you know, I really used, it's quite expensive, but if you consider living there in the place like this for a long time, it's a good idea, this. And this is the worst thing, and the best at the same time. When I get too tired of monotonous process, I just change it for something else. You can change the process easily. Textbook. I don't know how old it is. It's stitched, it's sewn, so we have to cut off the thread in order just to take out the pages. And I think that this time I'm not gonna fold them. I will just use them. I will just tear the edges. Let's fix them. This time I'm gonna tear the pages like this, and yes, like this. I don't throw. I think I won't throw these away. I can use them for some other projects, for collaging or anything like that. And I will use this as okay. So let's do it like that. So soft pages are put aside, and we will start with this one. In fact, I'm really absent-minded. I've been there, well, absent-minded for a couple of months. It's getting worse. I think it's something about or bigger. And yes, I will make this one a bit. This is, as you remember, watercolor paper. I think I will cut 2 of them together, like this, because I want to use 2 watercolor paper inserts here in every signatures. In every signature, because I need communication, because I need as much as everybody needs. Some people around, right? Okay. I think I will alternate the pages. I like heavyweight with a softer one, and then a very soft one, and the same. You see, I even alternate the sides with flips, one time on the left, one time on the right. So that's like in order to give the two sides the same size, I would say. Okay, one more insert, and this is this, and this is a book page. And this is a book page. Seems to me I haven't used all of the pre-planned pages. There's some around, laying around, and have I used this one? Why don't I have it here? Strange. Yeah, like I have an idea, and it seems to me that I have messed up some pages. It's no problem. I can make it up at any moment. So, let me see. I wouldn't say it's too big. I would probably add some more pages, and this one is sticking out. By the way, sticking out too much is not good, because this side is sticking out. If the plant gets into this part, it will get broken with the closure, because the edges must be secured here. Okay. It's better now, I think. Now I'm thinking about a couple of extra pages here. I think, yes, we will do it. And this time I'm gonna take, oh yes, a couple of book pages. I like them. They can be really funny. Maybe even more book pages. Why not? I have a big book. And these are like, they are ready to go to the journals. Now I have to check how the insert will settle that. Once again, don't forget, when there are flowers inside, it will get fatter. Let me now cut off the excess of the insert. And insert in it. Okay, I will cut off this part. Why? Because I literally like very much these edges, and I want to have them, to still have them for my future journals. More than that, they should stick out somehow from the main part, from the main signature, so that you can easily find it and replace. One more thing to do. So as soon as I cut it off, I'll find a couple of pieces of cardboard and make 4 more cardboard inserts. One more advice on the way you work with your heavyweight paper is it makes some sense, first of all, to make it a way wider than the main pages, something like that. You can make it even wider so that it could cover the edges, but I don't mind that. And the second piece of advice is that's for sure, that's like a restriction. Make sure that your middle or inner, like the central insert page, is made of heavyweight paper, like the one that I have here, this type, because when you use the elastics, this side will be exposed to a lot of pressure. So the harder the edges, the better. That's it. And once again, I'm back when everything is done. And so here I am, finally finished, and all in all, as I told you, there are 4 signatures, and you can make a couple more to serve as extra, but as you can see, they are quite simple. So 4 signatures, 11 sheets of different types of paper in it. The middle is always heavyweight watercolor, and the cover is supposed always to be something heavyweight, be that watercolor or any other heavyweight paper. Then I think that's enough. It's quite big already, let alone you're gonna add extra volume to it. Then speaking of these inserts, I think I will now stop at 4 of them, not adding any more, because as well it can be done at any moment if you see that you need it, because this one is quite, you know how to check it if it doesn't fall easily. It's quite good. Okay, you can put it inside in any place or in the middle, it's up to you. So, some more facts. The fact that these dividers, I mean heavyweight cardstock dividers, that they are sticking out is very good, because they are natural security measures. They secure the journal and the edges of the pages from deforming, and more than that, it's like when you put it in the bag or when you wear it on the belt or as a handbag, you know, the edges are most vulnerable, because we're gonna make a closure, and this closure will cover, will fix it somehow, but the edges still can be exposed to some physical pressure or deformation. They can be deformed. With this kind of protection, it's like a natural protector. This kind of protection can protect them from any type of pressure. More than that, we will make a closure, you can decide on whether you can make it horizontal or vertical, and the closure itself, which is an elastic, is supposed to be quite strong and tight. When it's tight, it can also deform the pages. This again will keep it from that, prevent this. One more thing to mention is that actually you can sew them in the middle. There are different ways of fixing these pages in the signature. I have already used 2 different. You can staple them with metallic staples. You can hand sew them, but this time I'm not gonna do any of this. I will leave them loose. So that's all, and the next part, so you can enjoy the process if you are doing this, if you are making this journal with me, you can enjoy the process as well. And the next stage will be posted, I hope, in a day. I haven't yet filmed it. It's about cover making, and probably cover making and assembling will take 2 different videos. We'll see how it works out with my time. If you feel like decorating, do it. If you feel like using any scrapbooking paper or digital prints, go ahead. That makes a lot of sense. And I just wanted to show how you can do journaling and scrapbooking using no professional stuff at all. It's just all the stuff that you can find around, and for like a set of tools that you will probably need. I will tell you what can be done with that if you don't have any ideas. So thank you for watching. Enjoy your process and your flower press journal. See you soon. Bye bye.